Shifting our focus now, US President Joe Biden and his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin will speak on phone call today. This comes amid the ongoing tensions on the military build-up at Ukraine-Russia border. US and Russia will be holding security talks next month as well. Now, this is going to be the second telephonic conversation between Biden and Putin in less than 1 month. Earlier in December, Biden warned Putin of severe consequences if Russia invades Ukraine. National Security Council spokesperson said that the Biden administration continues to engage in extensive diplomacy with European allies and partners, consulting and coordinating on a common approach in response to Russia's military build-up on the border with Ukraine. According to senior US officials, Biden will offer his Russian counterpart a diplomatic path forward on the Ukraine crisis. Western officials say that Russia has deployed tens of thousands of troops on the border with Ukraine. They fear a repeat of 2014 when Moscow seized Crimea. In an effort to diffuse tension, senior US and Russian officials plan to meet on January 10th in Geneva. This meeting will be held days after Russia offered a proposal to the United States. It included calls to not expand NATO eastward or set up bases in former Soviet republics. Zelensky tweeted that Ukraine has been assured full support in countering Russian aggression. The United States has called some of the Russian positions non-starters, but has said that it is willing to talk and will also bring up its own concerns. The dialogue was set up when Biden and Putin met in Geneva in June. On Wednesday, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky spoke on phone. Blinken separately spoke to his counterparts from Britain, France and Germany. U.S. State Department spokesperson said that Western foreign ministers affirmed the consensus among allies and partners to impose massive consequences and severe costs on Russia for actions. Biden administration has not laid out new measures. However, reports suggest that U.S. could move to disconnect Russia from the SWIFT system that connects world's banks. And for more on this story, we earlier spoke to Andrei Talekenko, who joined us from Kyiv. He's a former diplomat and was the senior policy advisor to the first deputy prime minister of Ukraine. Let's listen in.
Yeah, there was a lot of information going on that there's a buildup of Russian military on the border of Ukraine from 90,000, some sources said, to 175,000. And this was within the time frame of November, December of this year. For the last 8 years, we had Russian military on the border of Ukraine, and nobody talked about it as much as they started talking right now. And the beginning of the year before Biden and Putin, and also it was the same story build up. So, and it all came from Bloomberg, Western media outlets, which basically then informed us in the situation. Our government, our Ukrainian government here said that there was no Russian buildup before they went to Washington, and our Minister of Defense, after coming from Washington, said, oh yes, there is a Russian buildup. There's a possibility of an invasion of Ukraine by the Russian military, even though a week ago our intelligence did not have such information, even though they're working with the Western intelligence also. So it's all this controversy and it's a political buildup, not more than a military one. So basically, it's being used. Ukraine is being used by our allies and Russia to negotiate a deal between the United States and Russia.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.